Most of you think the sun is immortal, but you are wrong. The sun is liable for destruction. If you worry about when the sun will die, never fear. That moment is billions of years away. The sun gives energy to life on Earth, and without this star, we wouldn't be here. But even stars have limited lifetimes, and someday our sun will die, and it still has a lot of fuel left, about 5 billion years worth. Stars like our sun form when a huge cloud of gas, mostly hydrogen and helium, grows so large that it collapses under its own weight. The pressure is so high in the center of that collapsing mass of gas that the heat reaches unimaginable levels, with temperatures so hot that hydrogen atoms lose their electrons. Those naked hydrogen atoms then fuse together into helium atoms, and that reaction releases enough energy to counter the intense pressure of gravity collapsing the cloud of gas. The battle between gravity and energy from fusion reactions fuels our sun and billions of other stars in our galaxy and beyond. But in about 5 billion years, the sun will run out of hydrogen. Our star is currently in the most stable phase of its life cycle and has been since the formation of our solar system, about 4.5 billion years ago. Once all the hydrogen gets used up, the sun will glow out of its stable phase. With no source of energy to counteract the tireless inward pull of gravity, the same pull of gravity that constantly keeps your feet planted to the ground, the sun will contract. As it contracts, the temperature and pressure in the core continue to climb, because what else would they do? Until they reach a critical point, the point at which helium itself can fuse into carbon and oxygen, again releasing energy and returning the sun to its former glory. But almost, not fully. At this point, the core of our sun has a temperature of around 100 million Kelvin. With a core that intense, blazing out radiation like crazy, the outer layers of the sun, made up of all the unused hydrogen and other random elements, bloat up and stretch out. The distended solar atmosphere swells to over 200 times its current radius, bringing the surface of the sun within spitting distance of the earth. Scorching, insane, spitting distance. It is now known as the red giant. But then, the helium runs out, the sun collapses, then it reignites, the sun enlarges, then it collapses, then it reignites, then it enlarges, and so on, a gruesome dance as the sun tears itself apart. With each new cycle, some parts of the sun's atmosphere detach completely, billowing out into the solar system, like tattered sails riding on winds of superheated particles. Eventually, all that will be left is a core of leftover carbon and oxygen. The sun does not have enough gravitational heft to fuse anything heavier. Surrounding that core, now more properly known as a white dwarf, because it's literally white hot and relatively small as astronomical objects go, is a leftover guts of our sun, spread throughout the now defunct solar system. The intense radiation from the newly unveiled core, we are talking about X-rays here, rip through these guts, igniting them and enlightening them, causing them to release radiation of their own. The physics word to describe this process is fluorescence, and it's the exact same physics behind fluorescent light bulbs. But what will happen to Earth? As per space agencies and researchers, the Earth will no longer be a habitable planet if the sun dies, since it is the source of all life. All the plants and food grain will die, leading to the death of animals who rely on plants for food, eventually disrupting the entire food chain. Now, when the sun becomes a red giant, it will burn the Earth and take away its atmosphere. While this happens, the water would evaporate and all the life forms will be wiped out immediately. The Earth will then wander freely in space when it becomes white dwarf. But we don't need to worry, because the sun is not going to die in the next 5 billion years or so, if the scientists are correct. But what if they are wrong? Thank you for watching. Meet you all in the next video. Till then, bye. And if you want to share any topic with, you can do so in the comment section. Please like, share and subscribe.